This tragic incident is terrible, and our hearts are really with the families. What happened 2 days ago in the morning in Sajaya, in a combat area in the northern part of Gaza, is actually a tragedy. Our soldiers identified by mistakes 3 hostages as terrorists, and they opened fire in spite of the fact that they were, and we know it from the investigation, they were without shirt. They were, one of them with a stick with a white rope, and they were shot dead. The third one, wounded, ran away, escaped in the house, but he was also at the end shot dead by the troops. And of course, it's a terrible tragedy, and we see it as a terrible mistake. The rules of engagement have not been respected by our troops. It is against the regulation of the army, and as a result of this tragedy, the instructions and the, I would say, the regulations in order to prevent such an incident have been reinforced all over the Gaza Strip among the IDF troops.
It is difficult to even look at these images, a family in so much pain, a nation mourning this tragic loss. Olivier, Benjamin Netanyahu has been outlining Israel's goal, also saying that Israel will do everything it can to get back all the hostages. There are now 129 hostages still in captivity. After this tragic accident on Friday, how does Israel plan to do that exactly?
This tragedy, this tragic incident will not change in any case the goals which have been actually decided by the war cabinet. Number one, to release the hostages, and at the same time to go and continue to eliminate Hamas military capabilities all around the Gaza Strip by a very serious, strong military effort. These 2 targets will be achieved at the end of the day.
We heard the defense establishment, first of all, taking responsibility for this tragedy, also pointing out the difficulties that soldiers are facing in what they call complex urban battlefields. Talk us through the risks right now, more than 10 weeks into this war, as fighting intensifies.
First of all, I do agree and do say that the IDF is actually taking full responsibility for this tragic incident. Concerning now the general atmosphere in the combat areas, mostly in Sajaya, but also in Jabalia and also in Khan Yunis, we're actually facing fierce fights against terrorists. We're using actually all means to try to manipulate our minds, our brains. For example, they are using tape recorders in Hebrew to make like puppets or kind of look-like person speaking Hebrew to attract the IDF soldiers. Then they're opening fire. They are trying to ambush our troops in many ways, by many means, in order to kill us. That's why our troops, our soldiers, are in a very high and intense situation, I would say physically, but also mindfully, and all together. That could maybe explain what happened, but of course it will not excuse what happened. And of course we are fully again taking responsibility for this tragedy, and our hearts are with the families of the deceased hostages, and we are still trying by all means, by all efforts, to bring back home all the hostages, 129 right now.